Hey guys, it's Sam with MobileTechVideos.com. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of backing up your data before you flash a new ROM or you change anything really. You want to do a backup just in case something goes wrong, and you can save yourself that way. So stick around, we'll be right back. We'll get into it. Okay, so we're back guys, and just a little side note. For some reason my cat is going crazy in the background, so if you hear some horrible screeching noises, that's what it is. But anyway, so we're talking about backing up our data. Now I'm going to focus on two methods here. The first one being titanium backup, and then the second one being doing a backup within your custom recovery, whether it's twerp or Clockwork Mod. That's always a good idea to do that. Now there's a free version that you can get in the Play Store, but I recommend going ahead and purchasing the full version. It's going to make things so much easier, especially if you're constantly putting on new ROMs and trying out new things and you're constantly having to restore your data. Just go ahead and get the full version. Up here in the top, you're going to get your list of backup and restore and all that. Restores are in blue down here. Now the first thing you want to do is to make a backup. You want to click on the second one from the bottom that says to back up missing user data and missing apps or new apps. Now if you're going to be returning to this ROM, the ROM that you're currently using, the ROM that you make the backup on, then you can click the one that says backup system data. But if you're going to be switching over to a new ROM, you definitely want to do the one that just has user data and missing or new apps. Now I don't currently have any to back up because I've recently done a backup. Just for the sake of showing you what it looks like, I'll go into the system, backing up system data. And you're going to get a list of all your apps that are installed on your device. And there's a little box with a check mark. You can choose which ones you want to back up. You can select all of them, you can deselect all of them. And then whenever you're ready, you just want to click on the check mark in the top right corner. Then when you're all ready to go, you've got your new ROM on, you go in, you download Titanium Backup. You're going to want to come down to Restore. Now this is the part where people generally have issues. They come in and they click on the Restore All Apps with Data. And that's where they end up having forced closures and jacking up their whole system. What you want to do is click the first one there, Restore Missing Apps with Data. So that's going to go in, and if your phone already has the dialer app or the gallery app, it's not going to replace that. It's only going to replace the apps that it doesn't have, which are generally all the apps that you downloaded. Now this is where it comes in handy to have the paid version, because the free version you have to go in and accept each download, each app restoring. It's kind of a pain. It can take forever, especially if you have 150 apps on your phone or your tablet. So definitely pick up the paid version. Now the next backup we're going to talk about is within TeamWin Recovery Project or Clockwork Mod Recovery. This ROM I have been using for quite a while. I've got it set up to the way I want it. I've got all my emails set up. I've got 2 different emails in there. I've got my contacts all set up the way I want them. All my pictures, Facebook is linked, Google Plus is linked. Everything is the way I want it. I've customized this ROM a ton to get it the way I want. I've changed the background in here, I've changed the colors, the status bar I've customized. So it's exactly the way I want it. I don't know why the light is on. When we make this backup, it's going to back up everything exactly like it is. All my apps, all my settings, the wallpaper, the ringtones that I have chosen, my email, everything is going to be exactly the way it is. We're here in TWRP, and it's very simple. You just want to click on backup, and you can change these settings if you'd like. I tend to not. I just leave it as it is and swipe, and it's going to make a backup. Now it'll take several minutes. I mean, it could take up to 5 minutes or so. And it makes a backup and it saves it to your external SD card. And here's the backup that I made a while ago and of this ROM as it is. So I already have one on there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and install a new ROM to show how beneficial having a backup really is. So we'll be right back when that's all installed. Okay, so I put on this new ROM. It's actually the same ROM that I was running, just I wiped everything that I've done to it. This is fresh out of the gate. How you would get it when you would put it on. This is the Alliance ROM, Novella DOS. Check out my review of this ROM. I love it. I've been using it for a while now, but you can see how different it is than how I had it set up. You've got a semi-transparent notification shade. Toggles are different. There's no, the status bar is different. Mine was different colors, I think, and my clock was in the middle. The icons here are different, very grayed out, things like that. So, a lot of different stuff from the way I had it set up. What happens if I have put this on? This is a brand new ROM from what I was using, hypothetically, and I've put this on and I just don't love it. It's not working great. Maybe it's force closing a lot, or it's just not exactly what I want. And I want to go back to the way I had it set up before. What happens if something like that happens? Well, because we have our backup, and here's the backup I made, like I said before, I'm just going to click on it, and you can change some things here if you'd like, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to restore. And this is going to go through the process. It's going to take several minutes, about the same as it would to make the backup. It's like, you know, it could take up 5 minutes or so. So we're just going to let this work. I'm going to set it down, and when it's all done, we'll come back and we'll check it out. Real quick, guys, I wanted to point this out. I haven't touched this since I initiated the restore the backup, but the screen went off. And the first time I saw this, I panicked a little bit, thought, oh no, it's broken. But it's just a security feature here. You tap the screen and you see that it's just a lock. It locked itself, and you just swipe to unlock, and the restore is still going on. So we'll be right back. Check it out when it's done. Okay, so our restore is done, and up top it says it was successful. So we just want to click on here to reboot the system, and we'll give it a few minutes to boot up. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. You see, we're back. I've got the lock screens the same. My wallpaper's back. I'm still connected to Facebook, Google+. My email is still here. Everything is still kind of loading and connecting in the background. But my notification panel here is the way that I had it set up. My toggles are the way I had it set up. I've got the center clock again up at the top once these notifications go by. Everything's still updating. But there you go. So there you go, guys. Go ahead and make a backup every time you're going to flash a new ROM or modify anything. I would go ahead and make a backup. That way, if you get into any trouble, you can always go back. I appreciate you checking out the video, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment. As always, subscribe to the channel so you can stay in touch with all the content coming out. If you like this video or appreciate our work here at Mobile Tech Videos, hit that like button, share it with your friends on Facebook, Google+, all those things. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.